because I'm gonna forget. All right. We are now on the YouTubes. Wait, it's a black screen. Never mind, we're good. Sound design is very good. I feel like everything about it was like pretty good. I think one thing they can maybe improve upon is a little bit of the PvP. I think that might have been like a little, like, it definitely looked like a bit of like an afterthought. The PvE was great. The PvP, I think, could have done a little better. I feel like shooting enemies or players was like kind of lacking a little something. I think the execution could use some work. That was definitely like, that was 100% just a placeholder animation just to get the point across, but we'll see what they end up doing there. I'm curious. That's what I mean is like the PvP portion, I feel like very recent. It had to be recent getting it into that point. But apparently that was like the second beta, and I don't know what the first beta was like, or the first alpha or whatever test. Yeah. Just wish it had a first person mode. Imagine if they came out with that. I think they said they wouldn't do a first person mode. I get it. Doing a third person to first person and vice versa is not an easy thing to put in. Because it's like, to make it look good, in my opinion, I think animation systems that rely on the third person animations in first person usually look like fucking ass. So you'd have to come up with an entirely new animation system, new animations, probably a bunch of other stuff. So not really worth. Improve the look of diving / sliding down ramps. Okay, so one thing I noticed is in Max Payne, at least the third one, if you dive and you're on the edge of something, it's going to take into account where your upper body is. And then you end up falling off of it. So here it doesn't matter because our body is like on a ledge, but in the rare scenario, trying to hold on, I'm trying to get the right spot. Hold on, I'm trying to get the right spot. Hold on, I'm trying to get the right spot. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, I don't think I can do this. Give me a different cube. This is ridiculous. All right, thank you. All right, so what I was saying. Anyways, what I'm saying is, when you're on the edge of something like this, you would fall off. It would kind of push you off because you're like half your body's off. So we could put that in to make the diving not, or like the diving not as janky. I don't know. I think the biggest thing that I noticed is they do like an animation pose when you're about to hit a wall. So what we do is, for some reason, our character like changes direction entirely, but in their thing, they do like a trace and constantly check if he's about to hit a wall, and he kind of like prepares his body for it. But I'm also thinking to myself, do people fucking care? Is this the thing that people care about when they say they want diving to feel more fluid? Whatever the fuck that means. What does that even mean? What does making it feel more fluid mean? They're golden. Everyone is saying that they want the dodge, the roll, and the dive to feel more fluid. I don't know how to make it feel more fluid. Like you have full control over where you move. So I'm trying to figure out. That person hasn't replied to me, by the way. Like I asked, what do you mean by making it feel more fluid? What are like the problems with it? And they haven't replied to me. So I like, what do I gotta? The only thing I think of is the dodge being a bit snappy. Like maybe it's the animation. I do see like a little. Like there's a kind of like there's a slight snap in the animation for some reason. I don't really know why that's happening. Sidestep. Left, sidestep left. We have a 0.25 blend time on it. Default group sidestep. Okay, where is sidestep being called from? In the upper body pose? What? Interesting. Interesting. Let's play with moving that over here instead. Looks better to me. One thing I don't like is the direction. You see like it kind of goes diagonally. Yeah. Okay. It kind of pisses me off that's what all it took. That kind of pisses me off. All right. Undervolting my CPU and get a 15 Celsius drop from the stock settings. Is that good? I guess that makes sense. You would if you undervolt your CPU, you would get less temperature, right? What's that floaty thing on his left? It's a knife for some reason. We don't talk about it. Okay. I started working on a game for the first time since I passed my game design course. How does it feel? Only one thing I'm noticing is for some reason the start dive animation is no longer playing. And here's the weird thing. I've had that happen before. And it's because like I needed to refresh the node, which makes no sense. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Unreal things. I'm able to blueprint without Googling, maybe 50% less. That's most of it, man. That's really most of it. You just kind of learn how to Google less. Okay, the start dive is not playing. That's the only problem now. That is literally the only problem now, is that the start dive is not playing. Oh, that would explain it. We use the sidestep slot here. But because we overrode it and put it over here, oh, shit. I think it's purely visual. The iframe timer when you're dodging is done underneath the hood, separate from the animation, or it should be separate from the animation at least. Okay, locomotion. Like I can. Yo, Peter. So now our only problem is the start dive. Shit. Okay, I can maybe... This will be really flimsy. I could possibly move it into each of the spots themselves. Where's a running? Here it is. I don't know if I like this idea. Okay. Of course, because it's not in crouching. Now it needs to be put into crouching. God, this fucking sucks. Not the best thing in the world, but don't get me wrong, not the best thing in the world here. Hey, Monchella, how's it going? I'm not a big fan of, no, don't get me wrong, I don't really 100% like the sidestep animations. But it doesn't have that weird thing going on anymore. And I think the diving now has the start animation. Not as fluid as I would like it to be though. So let's see here. Alpha 0 to 1. Interrupt speed increasing, interrupt speed decreasing. Okay. Will my game have multiplayer? No. It will not. Okay. The only thing I don't like is the direction of the sidestep, like where it's choosing to go. Doesn't really make too much sense. You can see it's kind of like diagonal sometimes, which I'm not a huge fan of. But it looks more fluid, whatever that might mean. We don't have recoil playing when you're on the floor though, which kind of sucks. Where do we call the recoil? Where's that being called? I don't know where that being called. Where's that? Where is that? What the hell? Where's the recoil? Where the hell is the recoil? Where do we play that? Hands additive. Or arms additive. That is a part of the upper body pose. Maybe when we're in a dive position, we don't care for upper body pose. Oh wait, no, we're using it right here. Arms additive. Oh. I see. We don't have it in the original, and that's probably because we don't have an upper body pose for it. Oh, fuck. So now if I shoot, I'm probably going to stand up. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. What? Oh. Aha, over here. Wait, man, what the fuck? This is supposed to work. Is it hands additive? Did we put it on the hands for some reason? Hold on. Are we just... huh? Are we just not playing the recoil animation when we're on the ground? Hold on. God, this system sucks. I hate this. Where's the recoil animation? Gun recoil. No, that's for something else, I think. I believe. I think the recoil animation's in here. Aha! I found it. Not diving. Ah, it for some reason checks if we're not diving. Let's see. Can we make it so we can play it when we are diving? Let's see. All right, good. Love that. Hasn't changed a single thing. Yep. Yep, nothing's different about it. Why is that? Why? Why is that? Okay. Where the hell was I? Probably the gun graph, I'm gonna guess. Here we are in this fucking clusterfuck. Let me check out the pistol recoil. Maybe this is like under a different animation. Hands additive, but we're trying to do arms additive. Ah, there's the problem. There's the problem. I knew it was something. I knew I had to do something with that. Oh, I guess because the recoil is going in the wrong direction. That's probably why I chose not to do that. How do you deal with eye strain? Everyone's gonna deal with it in a little bit of a different way. Oh yeah, it does look a little goofy. Okay, how does it look while diving though? Past me knew what he was doing, I think. I think he had an idea. Honestly, I think we can... I think we can do it here. Like, the only spot it looks kind of stupid is right here. The other animations look fine. Did I get the wall fixed up yet? Not really. Not yet. I think I'm gonna have to like, so there's a bunch of tape, like, residue, like double-sided tape residue, because of like, there used to be like a fucking LED around. There's still some that I have to get, but, you know, there's my fucking computer and shit over here. So, I gotta somehow... I've been trying to take it off with like air dryer and heating it up and then taking a thing, and that has been unsuccessful. So chances are I'm gonna have to like probably just remove the part of the wall there somehow. I just gotta figure out how to do that and then just repair it and then repaint it, which I'm not looking forward to doing that. Use Goo Gone, you nerd? Yeah, but the Goo Gone is just gonna fuck up my wall. Oh, that animation doesn't look great. I'm gonna be real. Maybe that's why... Maybe that's why past me didn't use... Apply it strategically. Huh. Let's try mesh space rotation blend. We're at the point of no return. We're just going to lose the deposit. We can't be asked fixing things. So you guys are saying goo gone? Yeah, the thing is, I think that shit's a goner. I think I'm just gonna have to fucking rip off the paint. Just put some repair paste all over it. And then just repaint it. Because, that tape has been on there for like years. I'll try Goo Gone though. Slather some of your caulk all over it. I really enjoy the fact that you capitalize caulk, caulking, like C-A-U-L-K. Key? Okay. My cats have shredded the wallpaper in the kitchen to smithereens. Okay, here's the problem. Why the fuck is there wallpaper there? Yeah, at this point I'm just like, okay, well, either way I'm just gonna probably have to do repair paste. And just fucking repair it. The only issue with that repair paste is that like enough to not fuck up shit, you know? Who uses wallpaper nowadays? Oh, it's a UK house. Ah, it's a UK. Ah, okay, yeah, the UK. Ah, yes, the UK. Stuck in time. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna do the recoil. Without it looking like straight ass. Now, we do have a two-handed mode here. Here's what I'm thinking. Huh? Watch this. We don't do it for two-handed weapons, but we do it for when you have a normal weapon. Huh? Huh? A little hacky method there? Hell yeah. So that way, we still see the cool recoil. Which, by the way, I don't really like this recoil that much because it's just the hand moving. I should probably make it so the entire body feels a bit of impact. That could probably provide such a big difference in the animation doing that. But, yeah, whatever. Okay, so M4. Make sure that we don't play the recoil. Alright. Obviously, it looks weird not having the recoil, but we just have it on the pistols. Is there any other guns that are one-handed? I think the SMG is two-handed. I think all of the secondary weapons are two-handed. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Except for this pistol. But this pistol's fine, because it's a pistol. Alright! Oakley dokley! This house survived World War I and World War II. Well, how big of a deposit? You don't have to answer that question if you don't want to, but how big a deposit is it that you're gonna, does it warrant the fucking time usage you're gonna have to do to repair it? Like, I guess repairing wallpaper, it's like a no-go. You gotta put in a whole ass new wallpaper for that. Deposit was 600? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be like 1,000 or 2,000 or something. At that point, the time investment. Actually, they kind of fucked themselves putting that low of a deposit. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of a low deposit. Rent is only $575 for a 2-bed house? That's fucking, what the hell? UK prices are crazy. What the hell? That's nothing. That's fucking scraps. What the shit? Doxed you? I know you're at least out of London. Yeah, that really narrows it down, huh? Is it intentional that the stamina doesn't regen when the character's lying down? It is intentional, yes. It is. But... why is the character... do you see that? What is his legs? What is this, RuneScape? What the fuck is the animations doing? Why is there like stepping? Yeah, the stamina doesn't regen when you're on the ground because it's like... but seeing now how people play the game, I guess it is a little bit too punishing. Yeah, it's balanced stuff for sure. It is definitely balanced stuff. Maybe I can make the stamina regen when you're on the floor, just maybe a lot slower? Anyways, what I wanted to see, can we apply a full body physical animation to the player character? We're gonna do a little bit of experimentation. We're gonna do a little bit of experimentation. Well, I want to test some stuff because I don't want to cause any bugs now that I changed that code there. No, it looks like it's okay. It looks like it's okay. Okay, I want to see if we can fuck around with a little bit of I think we removed it, but I want to see if maybe we can do a better job of it. I know we disabled the physical animation somewhere right around here. So we cut this out. I want to try pelvis. I want to try something. All right, hold on. Let me cook. Wait, there's no way that worked. That shouldn't have worked. Wait, I'm actually kind of confused. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Oh, his leg. Oh, his leg. Maybe it is enabled. Oh, he has legs. He's got jelly bones. He's got a little bit of the jelly bones going on there. What does that mean? His like upper body is also... Oh, his upper body is interacting with it. The only reason why I disabled this is because the legs get all fucky. Like I think they start clipping the ground in some of the animations. And then that starts happening. I'm wondering if there's maybe a way we can like stop the physical animation from doing that. Okay, I want to see the arms. Let's cut that out real quick. I want to see if the arms look okay. Hold on. Do we not have any animation stuff on there? You have Johnny? Hit up, Daryl. I dig your game. Hey, hell yeah. Glad you're enjoying it. We can change this. If we change the position strength and orientation strength, we can get some fun, goofy stuff going on. Hold on. What was that number? I'm gonna keep in mind the originals, just in case. What does he do with his hand? I think his hand goes a little limp. His legs are my biggest issue. The legs clipping into the ground, very annoying. Maybe we have a system where once we land, it turns everything off. I actually want to see if that's happening. Let's see here. Find references to the physical animation. Okay, that's fine. Disable physical animals might be getting called when we land, which could be the problem. Oh, we call that in a lot of places. End dive. Hold on. I don't think we call end dive until we actually end it. No, that is only called when we end the actual dive. What up, Jay? Are we dragging and dropping today? Oh, dude, hell yeah, man. We're doing a lot of drag and dropping today. I'm a drag and drop dev. Oh, on movement mode changed. Ah. I think that's getting called, which means our physical anims get disabled once we hit the ground. Which is really weird, because then why is his leg freaking out? Let's try not disabling it when we land. Help! Yeah. Hey, watch this. Is this what they meant when they wanted Euphoria in the game? That physics engine? I think this is what they meant. I feel like this is what they meant. This is definitely what they... Yeah. Wait, is it still on? No, it's not. I think that's definitely what they meant. My favorite meme from your stream is the drag and drop one. I think we're going to keep that forever. I think we're going to keep that one forever. What are we breaking? I'm working on the physics stuff a little bit. Seeing if I can improve the diving a bit. Was Super Iron more successful or less successful than you were expecting? I didn't really have any expectations. Too much. I think the thing is you have your subconscious expectation that comes up with like these ridiculous potentials. But in terms of the conscious expectation, I'd say like definitely I went above and beyond. Seeing him snort worm against the wall made me snort. I really, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun. Fuck it. Let me just remember. On movement mode changed. Let's have a little fun, shall we? We do be wasting a bit of time. A lot of if statements. The biggest one, Twiggy, is, yeah, it's kind of like if statements. You basically just calculate ratings based off of numbers and percentages. And then the average rating is just you add up all of the ratings that you would have, and then you get the average of that. And that's basically it. Okay, this is gonna be a really hacky way. Fun, goofy physics testing. This is gonna be a really stupid way of doing this because I don't know how else to like set this in a way where it will continue. So I'm gonna do this. What did I call that function again? Ah, fuck. Goofy physics testing? I already forgot. Guys, what was it? What the hell did I call that? Goofy physics? Fun goofy physics testing. Can't forget that. Physics. Okay. I had to recall what I called it. All right. Let's try it out. Yes. Euphoria. I think when we punch, we disable physical animals, if I remember correctly. Look at his kick. Alright. Well, that was fun for about like 7 seconds. Did I try the new 5.6? I'm mostly interested in performance boost claims. I would profile it for your project. I haven't really tried 5.6 though. That'll probably be what I end up fucking around with next. How's he ask? How's the high school asset flip project doing? Is version 2 delayed till tomorrow? There's no version 2. Okay, don't start spreading some lies. Okay, so I think it's good. I think the legs are a little annoying. The legs are like the most annoying part of this. And maybe the arms. Man, I really wish I could lean into shit like this. But people, I think there's a subset of players in the game, which is fine, that take the game very seriously, that want like very serious like system stuff. Yeah, one thing I'm annoyed about is like when you hit a wall, it like resets our direction, whereas I don't want that to happen. It like turns us. Not really sure why that's happening. Maybe goofy co-op physics games what you need next. We should do the train idea that I had, like Snowpiercer, where it's like a friend slop, but you're like on a train and you have to keep the train going until you get to the end. We can call it Peak. We can call it Coal. In all caps. Coal. Hey, let's play some Coal. Hey, Coal, let's play some Coal. If you actually hit a wall, legs would eventually catch up and switch direction anyway. Maybe not to the degree like that. Like, you're not moving that fast. That's like if you hit, you don't have your seatbelt in and the car, like, well, if anything, actually, you would probably just turn into like a freaking slushy, but you know. Yo, hop on Coal. Yo, like, actually, though, is that a name of a game? Yo, hop on Coal. Guys, huge news. There isn't a game called Coal. What do I want to happen when it hit the wall? I guess the thing is I want the direction of the dive to continue when we hit the wall. Motherfuckers, when they type Coal into Google trying to find your game. Hold on. Coal game. Coal game. Look. There's such a Coal game. No games. It's just, there's no games. Okay, what's our what's our search engine like? No, that probably won't be my next game. I'm thinking Ronin will be the next game. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. The thing is, if I work on a friend slop game, I'd have to learn multiplayer. So, I'd have to really quickly fast track my learning. What up, John Deere? just implement it horribly. That adds to it. So in a game like that, though, what would be the gameplay loop? You would push a train. You would find little waypoints that you have to go into. Would there be like hazards? What genre is Ronin? I would say it's like a... I don't know. I really want to do like a deep dive into figuring out the combat for that game because I was like all over the place the last time we worked on it. But it was kind of within the realm of like a hack and slash roguelite. Cyberpunk hack and slash roguelite. But I think I'd want to like do a lot of experimentation and prototyping this time around, getting back into it. I really don't know what next game is going to be. I think high probability it'll be Ronin because apparently a lot of people that have never, like a lot of people that are fresh to seeing, I guess, my games and my YouTube and whatever are like seeing Ronin for the first time and they're like, yo, I'm waiting for Ronin. I'm like, oh, fuck. That means we have to work on it next, right? Is that... Even news reporters are like, oh, dude, looking forward to seeing their next game. And I'm like, ah, shit. Have I contacted Steam to remove Ronin from Steam Store? I have not. I have not. But I probably will. I'll probably ask them, hey, can we reset this? Please? Yeah, our game, the name for Ronin is Ronin 2072. But man, it was in like... the combat design was all over the place, and I just couldn't figure out like a solid direction that I wanted to take it. I think it's going to take a lot of experimentation for me to come up with like a fun gameplay loop that I like for this game. I have some ideas of pillars that I'd want to go into. Like, I really do want to play around with active ragdoll a lot more. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't want to make it bullet spongy. I really dislike bullet spongy games as much as I can. But at the same time, I don't want guns to be super overpowered because then you kind of just like lose the entire concept of a roguelite at that point to some degree as well. So it's a bit of a conundrum. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to work on next. I literally don't know. Could be the zombie roguelite. Could be the fucking... I like bullet spongy games if the bullets are fun to shoot. I think there's a nice middle ground between bullet spongy and like reactive weapons. I think that's the best way of going about it. Make your shots actually do... Like Doom, I feel like does it really well. Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 or whatever the year it was. You just like ripped flesh off of the demons. And I think that's fucking badass. Arc Raiders kind of went down that path, but with robots. You ripped mechanical pieces off of them, which I thought was pretty fucking cool to see. I don't know though. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, we're fucking around with the physical animation a little bit again. I think we would want to disable upper arm left and upper arm right. Just because... I don't know. Only problem with this system is like, look how his fucking leg moves around, man. It gets all jelly and blah, 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 blah. And then when you're on the ground... Whoa! I could maybe do a bunch of Maybe I can change the physical animation, like, properties per bone. Do a bunch of work there, and maybe I could figure out how to make it look better. I feel like I shouldn't fuck around with it too much. Just his legs start freaking out a little bit. And also when you look in the ground, he starts freaking out. Because technically we don't have an animation when you're looking down. Can I think of any idea based on the Prismatic Escape plugin? I haven't tried his plugin yet, man. I haven't tried it. It's kind of like, if we cut this out, the arms might look really weird. I think what we'd have to do is we'd have to band-aid the weird animation situations by authoring actual proper animations to kind of fix the weird animations. So what I noticed in Max Payne 3 is they had an animation when he's about to hit a wall, he like braces himself, which kind of reduces the chance of him clipping through the wall, from what I saw. What we could do is maybe we can allow the upper arm left and upper arm right to still have physical animation data, but maybe we give it a different type of data. Orientation strength. We could increase the orientation strength, the angular velocity strength, position strength. If we do that, maybe we can still have, let's see, curious. Yeah, we're gonna have to put in like a tighten up kind of animation when he gets close to like a surface. The other thing I'm kind of annoyed about is his legs clipping into the ground. Like that might just be these values being too high. 300, 500. Ugh, dude, he's fucking tired, man. He's out of it. Okay, hold on for testing. 10. 50. Can you also add heavy drinking and taking painkillers in game? I'll let someone mod that in. Okay. I think for us to mix in some physics on this stuff, we would have to I think do a lot of animation, new animation stuff. Like for one, aiming into the ground would just not happen. It kind of looks like he just ragdolled. Ugh. Ugh. +5 concussion. I don't know if it's worth putting this in. Maybe we only have it while diving. The animations, some of the poses for the diving and stuff I made myself. What if you limit the camera rotation so you can't look down? I could limit the character's rotation. Like if they literally can't aim there, maybe we just stop them from aiming there anymore. I think I just broke his fucking head. See, that's probably where you would do the tuck in. It looks like that one animation in Doom where you do an execution and you go and his head just fucking goes like that. Looks a bit like that. Oh god. Okay, that would definitely... Okay, I think I see the workflow. It would just require quite a bit of work. Oh, shit. Okay. I want to see what causes our player character to, like, turn. I think it's the velocity freezes. Like, if I already guess the diving direction, probably, like, flips to wherever... Yeah, it gets velocity. Hold on. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. I don't know if this is worth... Yeah. Okay, I would like to figure that out a little bit more. But I think we're going to have to do a lot of, like... I think what they're doing is to do this kind of physical animation system, we needed to hand-hold the animations a lot more. That's what we'd have to do. Yeah. Do the Tomb Raider backflip. You know, we were fucking around with changing how the dive animation played out. And we made it look like you played a roll. You played like a roll animation in midair, which looked kind of cool, but it just didn't like it didn't really work. Where did we do that again? I wonder if I can fuck with it right now just for fun. Oh right, it was these animations. But I think the thing is we right, we like broke it a little bit. What's this? Dive roll? I didn't know there was an animation like that. I think it was this. Roll forward? I don't remember. Hold on. That reminds me so much of Star Wars, the Jedi Knight games. This could be kind of cool get up animations though. And the fact it has a left and a right is kind of neat. After the last patch, I'm noticing an unusual thing. The character slows down after a parry action, and then dodge fixes it. Character is slowed down after a parry action. Let me take a look. Why is this so loud? Hold on. Oh, yeah, 80. Yeah, that probably explains it. Hold on, let me see. Characters slow down after a parry. What would I have changed? If you can take a video of it, Apes, and send it to me on Discord, I might be able to reproduce it. Is it like a specific weapon or action that you're doing? Hmm. The character is slowed down. I wonder if you're in slow-mo when you're doing that. Hold on. Oh, there is a little bit of something weird when you're... Oh. Okay, I noticed I noticed something there. Hold on. Bug, time focus. Countering attack while in time focus causes the time focus to break. I noticed this. I end up still in slow-mo, but something weird happens. If you ever feel like you're discouraged making games, I'll be at home eating tomato soup while watching the meltdown live. I can assure you. Wait, are all the enemies running, like moving a lot faster? Hold on. Like something's happening when that occurs. Characters slow down after a parry action. Okay, I'll take a look into that. I do notice one issue with the slow-mo. Don't know how that happened, but... You can spam the throw when you're in slow-mo. Oh, God. Oh, Sorkin? Is it hard to use the blueprints to make some kind of dismemberment for some parts of the body? It's a bit of a challenge, but it depends on what you want to do. Like, you can use gibs. You can use, like, separate body parts and stuff, but it can be a bit buggy to try to figure out like a system to separate the body parts. I think it depends on the art style of your game as well. What do you think? Let me take a look, Julian. Oh, that's pretty sweet, dude. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's pretty fucking badass. Yeah. That's really badass. Yeah, that's fucking, that looks sweet, dude. That's a good start. What about Sovereign's dismemberment system? I was able to get it to work, but I don't know what it is. The people buying that asset, maybe they don't know what the fuck they're doing or something. But a lot of people seem to be struggling with it. I struggle with breathing, so I get them. I don't know why Sovereign's fucking asset has like only like 3 stars or something. I think if anything, it kind of shows like there is like 90% of the people on the Unreal Marketplace don't really know what the fuck they're doing. Something's weird going on, man. I always hear you say works on my PC when it comes to bugs. It's not necessarily works on my PC, Sonny. It's more like I'm trying to figure out what is the series of events that gets to that point where it is bugged out. Because sometimes it's not actually like the event that's causing it. It could be like multiple things that cascade to get to that point. Because me testing it right now, right, I'm like testing out multiple actions to figure out what it could be. And sometimes it could be like a different... oh shit, I popped off my escape key. Just checked on Kanji. The level character starts walking after the parries, maybe due to the fact that I have some kick and parry assigned to the same button. Ah, kick and parry assigned to the same button. Let's try it. See, that's the thing, right? It could be buttons. Right, that is exactly what it is. I can put it on my bug list and I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. It is definitely that. So there's 2 bugs there. What about the whole players potentially getting different builds thing? I don't know what that is. There is an issue on Steam where people get the old early access version of the game because based on what Steam support told me, they need to update their Steam client. Either that or they're downloading the wrong fucking pirated version of the game. I can look into that. Yeah, getting that information helps. Allowing the player to bind a bunch of events to the same thing. Like you can have you can punch and execute to the same button, or we can do vice versa. We can have execute on right click. What ends up happening is a bunch of bugs start popping out. Seems to be just the kick though. So it allows people to have more freedom with their buttons. But of course, because of that, you know, a lot more bugs can randomly appear because I never really I don't really compensate for all of those different button stuff. The fab transition wiped all the previous reviews. It didn't keep the text. It only kept the numbers. I wish I knew why Epic Games thinks the way they do. Me wearing an Epic Games shirt. A lot of people may be expecting a one-click solution / asset. Probably. I stopped responding to people. It became way too much work, so the bad reviews are fair. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I just don't want to make a fucking marketplace asset. You know what I mean? Like, I've been thinking of making like a toolkit where you can, like, you know, make walls and shit. And at the same time, I just don't want to fucking deal with people. Most people expect assets to make the game for you, but you really don't have to put too much effort into those people. That's the thing. Because text is now removed from reviews, you do not see any context behind a review at all. So now you just see a number. So thanks, Epic. Great job. You did good. Very good. Fantastic. I just checked your game is pirated. Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. I know it is. I just don't give a shit anymore about pirated. Like, I think trying to fight that, it's just a losing battle. It's like, whatever, all right? If you pirate it and you enjoy it, just, you know... If you're in a country where, like, the currency isn't, like, an absolute fucking, you know, in the trenches and whatnot, and you have a job, like, you know... That's why I up the price initially, removes a lot of the people that don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I would 100% recommend that. Tim Sweeney's a fucking genius. I'm sure he's a really smart dude. I don't know if it's him necessarily, but it's definitely a executive that is on the table that is making decisions on behalf of everyone. And I bet you all of it is to price cut, or to cut the potential for a person having to handle something, right? And that being, well, okay, if you have text reviews, now you have to moderate it because you're going to have some people that say naughty things that are not very good. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're just trying to cut costs. And in doing so, they actually fuck everyone over, not just consumers, but also the people creating assets. It's like, okay, well, now that you cut that cost that you didn't need to fucking... You could have just, you know... I don't know, man. Anyways, I'm upset. Hey, hell yeah, Fresh. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I have a text editor open. What did I even have in here? Oh, on movement mode changed. I can probably change that back, that code. hook this back in, disable physical items. Okay, we're good. The problem is you have to put equal effort into everybody because they have the chance to fuck you over. And that sucks because a lot of newbies tend to use the asset creator as their tutorial guy. It's like, we're not your tutorial guy. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking teach you how to make a full ass game. You just bought an asset that has HVAC units in it, brother. Like, what the hell? But people expect that, and then because if you don't reply to them in the way that they want, they'll downvote your shit, and now you're fucked because, well, there's no text review to give context to that shit. Epic Games, baby. And the thing is, this is a problem throughout all of their services. You got the Epic Games Store, doesn't have written reviews. The only written reviews are ones that are curated specifically to make it look better from like news sources. That's not reviews in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, Steam reviews have their own fucking problems. Like, they do have their own problems, but they do a relatively good job to indicate like what issues a game has and whatnot, right? Like, you can still get a relatively good gist from reviews. So isn't my $20 enough to cover private tutoring me to game completion? Yeah. Any plans in the future for a battle royale mode in your game? I feel like the gaming industry needs a battle royale with a Max Payne style. To be completely blunt with you, no. It's a cool idea though. I could see, I could see that being pretty fun. I guess the thing is, we had I had a jank to it. I don't know how that would work out. Having a bunch of diving enemies. Gun Z, but battle royale. Guns, but battle royale. Double action boogaloo, but battle royale. Are people still playing that mod? Or game? Or mod? Or game? I don't even know what that is anymore. I feel like double action boogaloo is a mod, but it's also a standalone. I get people asking for tutorials on my demo reel clips or asking me to make an asset. Oh yeah. I still get comments on my YouTube channel on my trailers of people asking me to make a tutorial for it. For whatever they want a tutorial for. Cole, but battle royale. Hey, he's cooking. How you doing, Baha? When we getting CumZ? Dude, CumZ, by the way, not called CumZ, CQZ. I don't know when. I think the number one thing I want to do for the next game is I just want to use it to learn C++. By the way, guys, I'm convinced I think I'm going bald. What kind of nutrients do I need to keep my hair? A balanced one. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Wendy's. Okay, Wendy's. Yeah, I'm down for that. Ask Colin on Discord, she knows. Estrogen. Crack and coffee? I already got the coffee part. Don't know about the crack one, though. I'm sure I can find a lot of that here in Toronto. I'm pretty sure we have a crack problem. So I could maybe figure that out. Crack and coffee, eh? Someone say crack? Flick, hey, put down the pipe, okay? Jeez. The bald came from you saying you wanted to learn C++. All right, maybe. Is there a place with a crack problem in North America? Go up north of Canada where nobody lives and can survive. She knows the stack for it and it's not estrogen. Okay, I see. Interesting. All right, I don't know if I'm actually losing my hair. Maybe it's just like the fact that I don't shower as often as I should, and I just all of the hair that has fallen out that normally falls out is falling out all at once. You know what, Deadly? Just randomly clicked on this live stream and I went to check out the one video that you posted in whatever game, and it looks like fire. I don't even know how I got here. The power of the algorithm. Okay, wait a second. How often do you shower? Every like 4 days, every 3 days. I have like eczema, and showering too often causes my skin to become extremely dry, and it's awful and painful. You can drop up to 100 to 150 hairs a day? What the hell? That's balding. That is balding. Don't chat a ton, but I lurked here quite a bit. I thought I'd drop a message about your game. Congrats on getting it done, in quotation marks. Hey, thank you, Bipedal. Appreciate that. If I shower once a day, my eczema flares up so bad. Yeah, it gets pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Yeah, that is the game I'm working on, Deadly. Yeah, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. Do I go to a dermatologist? I do not. I actually kind of ran out of my skin cream that I used to use. I need to buy some more. What about cold showers? You want me to suffer? Who are you, Jim Rogan? Tom Rogan? Joe Rogan. There we go. I figured it out. Took me 3 tries. I remembered his name. Took me 3 tries, but I remember his name now. Luckily, it is not $100. Don't you worry. The game does not cost a limb. Okay, what about improve the look of diving flush sliding down ramps to not look so weird? Okay, so our problem that we have not resolved at all is primarily when we go on a staircase and whatnot, our character doesn't really properly go on the surface. So let's put it in the animation. Dermatologist solved an acne infection I had for years. I highly recommend getting on a treatment program. If it gets worse, like, the thing is, my one of my siblings has the same issue with eczema. What's this music? Beep bop boop beep bop 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 bop. It's called RuneScape. You ever heard of it? Oh, the song name of this is Work Work Work. Well, I am working. I'm doing just that. I'm doing just that. I'm working hard. Or hardly working. I don't know. Waiting on Steam to approve? Hey, hell yeah, Ray. 5 push-ups? Alright, fine. I'll do 5 push-ups. Motherfucker, man. Redeeming 5 push-ups. You know, I prefer YouTube chat because they don't make me do push-ups. Mainly because they can't do that. They can't redeem that. Ugh. All right, back to work. Okay, hold on. So Where'd the sofa go? John Sofa stole it. I can't complain about the form. I mean, he's doing more push-ups than me. I used to work out a lot when I was in high school. And I used to be able to do, I think my record of clean, proper push-ups, down to the nose, or ish, 40 push-ups. I had people in my class back then that would say, yeah, I can do 70 push-ups. These motherfuckers are like, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're not doing a push-up. That's not a push-up. How dare you call that a push-up? That's insulting. Okay. Let's make a function. Determine, what do we call this? Dive plank angle. Determine dive plank angle. Or actually calculate. Calculate dive plank angle. Then we need a variable. Funny how the sofa turned into some random noise canceling things and then those turned into a ladder. What's next? A table. I don't use Twitch anymore. Amazon's demanding my personal information. Driving license, passport, and inside leg measurement. Wait, what is inside leg measurement? Anyone here? They're bringing back the presidential fitness exam in the US. Yeah, good fucking luck with that. Make the current guy do that. Actually, even the other guy that was competing against the current guy probably would have failed that too. Okay, hold on. Where the fuck I am? Dive angle? What kind of rotation? Rotation. Yeah, cat pie. You won't believe it, but I finished yet another game. Yo, link it. Yo, put that shit in the chat. Yo, hell yeah. Yo, where the fuck am I? Rotation. Line trace by Chanel. Visibility. The start is going to be in between the legs. So. Where the... How do I get the mesh? Do we not have a reference to the character? We do. The fuck? Okay, so we need... Ankle? What was the bone name for that? Was it ankle? No, it wasn't. It was foot. Foot. No, calf. Calf. Let's do calf. No, foot. No, calf. So calf underscore left. And then the right calf. This is the world. Yep. We're going to add these two together, and then we're going to divide it by 2. And then that's going to get us in between the calves. So that's going to be the start point. And then the end point is going to be that, but minus, let's say 10 units. Yeah. Sure. Sure. And then we're going to turn that into a local variable. That's going to be the legs hit result. Yes. Exactly. Let me take a look at this. Yes. Oh, I love the pattern you got going on in here. I don't know if my computer can run this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's see. My computer has a really rough time with web apps. Where am I going? It's a dog. Nice. Oh wait, E. Oh, I can move. I'm going. I like that pattern. It's very fitting. How long was the GMTK? Just a weekend, right? Four days. Dude, game jams are too stressful for me, man. I love the art style. I had only 3 though. I have a feeling the biggest thing must have been getting the art done, because this is what it feels like working a job. Working and then looking at horses. Umamu Sume. I don't even know how to say that fucking name of that game. And then the money goes towards Umamu Sume. I just realized there's an animation for this. Very cozy. Very cozy. GD native, so I would assume this was made in Godot. Yeah, Godot, Audacity, Krita, FL Studio, Paint. Nice. It's only 55 megabytes. All of my games end up being 30 million gigabytes. Good stuff. Hell yeah. One day I would like to work on a cozy game, but knowing me, I'm too like action pilled. Too action pilled, man. Guns, blood, it's chopping off leg. You know, like shit like that. That's. Oh god. Oh, I see another bug report from Apes here. Interrupting a grab at the finishing move causes the enemy's AI to be disabled. Uh-oh. Entering a grab with a finishing move causes the enemy's AI to be disabled. All of the... Oh, okay. Maybe that was the bug that I found. Cozy game with some action is always sick. I thought about that. One of the ideas was that you start off on an island and you just do kind of idle stuff by like chopping down trees and shit, and you click on things. And then once you get to a point where you have like a boat, you can start invading other islands. And so the invasion part is an active action-based thing. And then if you successfully take over the island, then that becomes another island for you to do stuff with new resources and whatnot, and then you can go back and forth between other islands. I don't know if that's a good idea. Wait, hold on, I gotta check this legs shit. Oh wait, I gotta put this in the tick, actually. Wait, hold on. Alright, put this fucker in. Yes. You should take that idea and make a game jam out of it in 96 hours. Dude, I'm just really bad with game jams, man. It's just too stressful for me. You know? It's just a little stressful for me. Okay, the minus whatever number we had, not enough. Minus 10. Let's do minus 40. Yeah, I think I saw your report. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see. I just saw the video get posted. Wait. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, okay. When you posted this, I was picturing this as a completely different issue, and then you actually showed the video, and I could see what the issue is. Oh, that's kind of funny. So you can grab another dude and then execute the dude. Okay. All right. Okay. We got a few things there to fix. Executing another enemy while holding a different enemy causes the grabbing a different enemy causes the grabbed enemy to get stuck, walking in place. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. That is quite funny. Also, calf might not be the one. Calf might be a bit too, might be a bit too much. The twist might be a good spot. You should make a game out of Suit for Hire instead of keeping at a high school project? Alright, listen, okay? Alright, listen here, motherfucker. Alright, listen. All right, listen. Okay, listen here. Okay, listen here. It's baffling that people think this is like a high school project. Like, I think those must be just comments just to like, just be a dick, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way someone actually assumes that this is a high school project, right? I guess. You should make a game jam that includes your game. This game used to be a game jam. IndieDB. The infamous Thinwick. This was a 3-day game jam? Yeah. This is the game jam version, which you can still play. You can still play the game jam version if you want to. Nice drag and drop school project. Which assets did you use? I used the top-down template. I got a lot of these memes. I can pull them all out. Is that why the app is called Thinwick? Yes, yeah. Never bothered to change the .exe because I'd have to change so much fucking code. Ever since the haircut, I assume you're a high schooler. Do an extended game jam over the course of 3 years? I already did that, but for 5 years, working on this game. Okay, so now. 5 push-ups. All right, fine. Ugh. Yeah, all right, fine. Yeah. Maybe we don't care if the legs dangle. Second guessing. Okay, calf left. Let's go back to the calf. I don't want the legs to have too much of an impact because they're like, obviously you have less weight on your legs than you do your upper body. Steam has been converting my trailer for 20 minutes now. I'm starting to get concerned. Give it some time. For me, I think it took me like 6 hours. 6 to 8 hours or so. I went to bed. And then it was done when I woke up. So where on the upper body would be a good spot for this? The neck? Spine 03. We can always change this. Spine 03. And then we'll do the same. We'll do a minus 40. And this will be a different hit result. This will be spine or upper hit result. Yes. 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 Neck. Neck 01. It's in a spot that I'm not like too fond of. Okay. So now, if both this and upper body, if both of these are blocking, then that means we're on a solid surface, which means we will modify the value. Otherwise, dive angle will be reset to nothing. So if we do have hit results for both of these, I gotta actually do some brainstorming because I don't fully know what the fuck I'm doing here. And I'll keep that there, put this here, take that, put that here, put this here, put that there. Location. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Give me a second. You know what I want to try first? No, it's not gonna work. Fuck. We do need to use these two. How do we calculate a normal? Would that equal the up? Would find the look at, and then the up would equal, yeah. And then make rotation from X. Or wait, no, rotation from X vector. Okay. Well, hey, fuck it. Version 1. 0.1. Version 0.1, baby. Let's fucking go. 5 push-ups, man. Everybody's fucking pulling their points out of their ass today, huh? You happy now? You happy now? Huh? Okay, dive angle. All right, let's see what's. Let's try it out. Let's give it a try. Fuck it. I'm balling. Bone. No. Manipulate. Transform. No. What the hell? Yeah, transform, modify bone. Oh, it's because of the local or component space. Of course. So we want to modify the pelvis. And we want to add to existing in component world space dive angle. Okay. All right. It's exactly what I was looking for. All right. Hold on. There has to be a way of mathematically doing this in a very easy way. Um, make rotation for XZ. All right, I'll try it out. I'll try it out. Build a matrix with given X and Z axes. X will remain fixed. Z may be changed minimally to enforce proportionality. Y will be computed. World up and Z. This is 1. Is this just get forward vector? I don't know if this is what I would want. Wow! He turned into a helicopter! Whoa. Yes, yes, yes. Now fly away. Okay. No, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna have to, I think, incorporate the pelvis into this if I'm modifying the pelvis. If I'm modifying the pelvis in the animation. Okay, hear me out. I just want to test something. I want to test this real quick. Let me just close tabs to the right. Let me close this one as well. Anim graph, event graph. Put this here so I can edit that, close that, go back here. Okay, we have our workspace. What is this actually, what is this giving us before we do anything? I want to see what the number gives us. Huh. Yeah, that seems about right. Hold on. Go back to here. Ignore this for now. Basically, for those people joining in, I'm going to try to make it so... I don't know why this value is changing at all, though. It doesn't really make any sense. Is this the result of you testing Max Payne 3 a couple days ago? Not necessarily. Wait, I'm confused. Why does the calculation stop once we're looking in a specific direction? You guys see that? What? Huh? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, why is the... Wait, why is the calculation... Why does the calculation stop? Oh my god, this doesn't continue the output. Oh my god. And if this is false, it doesn't continue the output either. This is gonna be in the next update. There's a bunch of stuff in this update. We got a UI indicator when you're in slow-mo. We got aim assist intensities in the settings menu now instead. So now you could do low, medium, high instead of just on or off. What's some other stuff that we changed? I adjusted some deceleration for some of the grunts. Some bug fixes. And there's going to be a bunch of other stuff too that I plan on doing for this update. So the value I care about is the pitch. So I was getting the right number. Oh, it's still freezing when we get to this point. Do you guys see that? I got an error. Okay, hold on. Nope, that didn't help me at all. Fantastic. Very useful. What is causing this to not continue? That's crazy. I think it's here. Something here. Do you guys see an output that's not connected to anything? Everything looks connected. Huh? What the? I literally don't know why. All right, show me this. What the fuck is this doing? Nothing. Huh? Really loving the stream so far. Thank you, Contra. Appreciate that. How old am I? Feel free not to answer. I am turning 28 in a month. I'm old. I'm getting fucking old, man. I'm getting old, man. Okay, it's kind of weird that it's not calculating it, but whatever. We'll get to that when we need to. Bro's a relic. Don't call me a relic. I'm not a relic. Okay, so hold on. What if I just put the find lookout rotation straight into the dive angle? Because it's giving us such a soft value. And then I add to existing in world space. Yeah, sure. Out of curiosity, what happens? Yeah, I had a feeling. Hold on. We don't want the entire value. I just want the pitch. I just want the pitch. P for pitch. I'm going to test something. That doesn't make any sense. It's the roll? Oh, it's different based on the world. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Yeah? Oh, because it's in world space. Ah, right. Which makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because I'm doing it in world space. What if I do it in component space? What happens? Give me a second, Duck. I'll figure it. I like to like try to figure it out myself because I just like, you know, it's a good learning tool. I think one thing that we're noticing is the legs are in the in the floor, and then the upper body's floating. So I think it's the problem isn't necessarily the calculation. It's the fact that we got clipping. Can you make helicopter mode in UK mode? Still not enough. Might get real buggy. Okay, now the problem is the calculation. Now we're calculating in component space, which means what would the component be of, I guess, the skeletal mesh component. So we want to convert this from world space to local space, and we want to get the mesh transform. Wondering if even mild slopes will result in really long slides. It kind of does. It kind of does-ish. But obviously the greater the slope, the more speed you'll build up and whatnot. I'm gonna probably want to test this and print string it first, because I think we're going to turn into a helicopter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is Air Force One. We are ready for... I don't even think replace existing is a good idea. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So before we continue this, I want to print string. I want this to ignore for now, so I can see what the numbers are. So I feel like roll and pitch are the only ones I care about. I don't care about the yaw. So what we could do is do add to existing. Let's keep the print string in there. We'll break the rotator, and we just want roll and pitch. The yaw we don't care for. And I'm curious... In theory, it should be 0 here. Nobody cares about yaw. I'm sorry, yaw. I don't know if slow-mo 0.1 is going to help me, because I'm pretty sure it gets reset. Yep, of course it does. It's kind of... Hold on. Going too fast. I don't think it's accounting for the distance of the bone on the rotation. It's just accounting for the slope angle. No, that wouldn't work, would it? Would that work? Can you even do that? Hold on. IK. Because if you only move the pelvis and the upper body in the position, wouldn't it also move the legs with the pelvis? Or does it only move the two bone IK? Hold on, I'm thinking in my brain, okay? I'm thinking in my brain. Wait, hold on. God, this could be a multifaceted issue. Like we could probably approach this in different ways. We could probably approach this in different ways. We could use IK. we might be able to use IK. Funny enough. This is obviously not going to do anything, but if I feed it no values, what does it do? So I'm actually noticing this is actually not doing anything. It's kind of funny. This is going to require a bit more. I feel like we could do bone space. Could be interesting. But I'm really curious if we could do this with an IK. I really wonder what would happen. Oopla! I don't actually know if this is doing anything though. So This was kind of pissing me off. Can I multiply a rotator? I can. Let me try multiplying it by 4. This is definitely not the way to calculate this. So I'm like looking at it. Version 1, definitely a version 1. Oh, it does work. Only in one direction. You see that? The other direction, it's inverted. I knew there was something wrong. I was like, there's no way. Okay, it's inverted. It's inverted. Okay. So this is just us using the pitch value. Makes sense. Okay, hold on, hold on. Everybody hold on. Everybody hold on. We can invert this. But hold on, let's try going face first. Fuck, we can't invert it. Then it wouldn't take into account. Shit. So we can't invert it because the forward one is correct, the backwards one is not correct. Yeah, of course. I think I want to get legs direction. Done by upside down facing slope. So what I'm doing right now is I'm basically, here's how I'm assuming this system could work. I am basically taking 2 points and checking the rotation, the facing direction of each of them. Bit of a cheaty way of doing it. And I'm pretty sure there's a more correct way of doing this. Not entirely correct. I think there's like a little bit more calculation we need to do to actually get this to work in a way that I'd want it to. That being said though, the legs might not be what we care about here. I think honestly, when it comes to a dive, I think the thing we care about most is not the legs. It's the pelvis. I honestly think that's what we care about the most, the upper body. The lower body with a dive, if your legs were dangling off a table, your legs would just dangle off the table. It's not like, unless your upper body was probably leaning in that direction, then I think what we'd actually want to do is use pelvis here. And by doing that, that actually simplifies some of our calculation a little bit. Neck to pelvis. So now I'm curious, what kind of calculation do we get? Oh. I'd have to add, hold on, I'm trying to think here. I'd have to add, yeah, this is literally just an animation thing. And honestly, we could probably skip this task for now because it is just an animation thing, to be honest. We could probably skip this entirely, to be honest. With your first game release, are you still going to do side work, or have I gone full-time? I'm basically going full-time, Chuck. Yeah, for sure. Definitely going to lean into doing more full-time stuff. Hey, Chuck, thanks, man.
Jeez.
Jeez. Jeez. Thank you. Appreciate that, Chuck. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I really, I need to fix my sleep schedule, because once I do, I can probably start streaming a bit more. Yeah. Pelvis. Okay, so the calculation would be as follows. So legs hit result. We actually no longer want to get the hit result of the legs. Instead, I think we want to get the pelvis, which means we actually only need to do one calculation. We get the pelvis. This also means that we're going to want to add a certain value to the upper hit result. I don't know what the distance is going to be for our neck, but let's try 15 for now. Not 150. He's stuck in the ground. Yeah, it's his new method of protection. All right, that's new. Interesting. Fuck, we're like almost there. This is inversed. Why is it inversed? Sliding downwards is fine. The thing is, we only really care about this when we do slide downwards because our character starts shifting. Oh, right, because we have the pelvis. What did we specify that as? Is it add to existing or is it replace? Add to existing. It's a bit hacky, I will admit. It's a bit of a hacky method. It's a very hacky method. It's a very funny hacky method. I accidentally added jumping to the game. You know. See, this is the incorrect direction. So the snapping going on, we can probably fix that. That's probably because of this. If these are both hitting something, then set the dive angle to 0. But the thing is, I think we only care if the upper body hits something. This is not going to be the way to go, though, for that one. Okay, I think that 0 is still being called. This is still incorrect, though. One cheaty way of doing this is one really cheaty way of doing this is we take the legs hit result. Like one really cheaty way. We take the legs hit result, which is no longer legs anymore. It's going to get real confusing. And we take the normal. The impact normal. And then we turn that into a rotator. Now, hear me out. What is this music from? Is this Valheim? Yep. Yep. No, I don't want to do that method because that's not really what I want. I think the thing is this location is going to be set to 0 if there's no actual value there. Yep. Yeah, that looks about right. I think a way to fix this is instead of setting it abruptly, we interpolate it. Game devs just make one thing break and one thing fix. The thing is, I don't, like, I have a picture in my head of how I would go about coding this. It's about figuring out like the calculation for it. It's one of those things I kind of like doing because it's like a little bit of like a puzzle, you know, trying to figure out, okay, you know, how do we fix this? How do we make this not shit? You know what I mean? How do we make this not shit? It's a very interesting mathematical challenge. I know the solution, 1 sec, typing it out. All right. Does it still work? Let's see, let's tone down the actual rotation, the scale value. Like it is doing it. Oh, I know the solution, 1 sec, typing it out. So you get up, walk outside, and touch grass. Oh, this motherfucker, this fucking asshole. This motherfucker. The thing is, when we go down a slope, this happens, but that's not, this isn't really... Bro, that was evil. I expected much better from Yaw. I expected much better. I believe the term is raw dogging it. I do love to raw dog game development. I'm really curious if an IK would work here. I don't think it would make a difference. Hey, Oxido. This is normal. Don't worry. Don't you worry about a thing. This is all just part of the job. I don't think feeding Yaw in there would do anything. The thing I'm also worried about is... I think there's... Now I think about it. Hold on. This might be competing with something else. Is it? Pelvis, head... I swear we have something in here to keep that body in the same position. No, maybe not. Maybe not? Huh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not in the dive. Maybe not in the dive. Hey, give it a second. Do I want to use the bone space? I feel like I do. I feel like using the bone. I feel like the bone is the way to go. What are you trying to get rotation to do? So the idea is I want the dive to not be flat. I want it to be aligned to the actual slope that we're on. Didact Docs, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You could tie it through a sphere trace. Let me try something. Let me try this in world space. Oh no, I'm replacing existing. I want to add existing. What value did I put in there? 20. Let me try 25 real quick. But if instead of world space we do parent bone space, do we consistently go on the ground? But if we turn around, okay. So knowing that, it's just the fact that when we turn, it gets fucked. If I can figure out one of these that does it without it screwing up, maybe component space? Let's see what component space does. No, that's not good. As far as I can imagine, an invisible physical brick is needed from here. An actual brick, a real brick. We put one in between his legs, it'll work. It's just about figuring out the calculation and then how do we modify the bone? That's the biggest thing. We could try, I'm curious about this method. So right now we're trying to modify the bone itself. I'm curious if we use an IK, what happens? I'm curious what happens. Can I actually preview this in here? I would love to do that. Diving. Set this to true. How do I do this again? How do I edit the Oh, I don't think I'm able to preview it because it gets cut off at the try get pawn owner. Man. So I can't even fucking preview. I want to see what the 2-bone IK would look like. Like, I wonder if we did 2-bone IK, what would happen? I just want to see vector location. God, I don't remember how to. Let me see if I can remember how to fucking do 2-bone IK. There are different types of IK as well. I do remember using this somewhere, so I might have an easier time with this. Enable debug drawing. Ah, wait, I actually want to see. Does that show me anything? I don't see anything being drawn. That's annoying. Would the tip bone be the pelvis, or would the... hold on, let's try this. Okay, and then I should be able to feed in the effector transform. If I move this to 25, it should be from component space. Hold on, let me see. What are the fucking effector transform even doing? Thing is, I don't think that's correct. Hold on. Wait, how did I use fabric earlier? I know I used it somewhere. Right here. Tip bone and root bone effector target as hand R. Bone space, copy target rotation. What? What the shit? This shit don't even make any sense. Also, debug drawing does nothing for us. I would assume that's only within this menu. I just want to see if I can modify the transform location, but I don't even think that fabric is actually doing anything here. Let me just mess around with some of this stuff. I like to mess around with this stuff. That's how I learn. Yeah, I don't know why. Let's try root bone being root. Let's try tip bone being the neck real quick. Maybe I inversed it. I don't know why this fabric isn't working. Did I hook it up? Let me double check that I hooked this up. Okay. Looks hooked up to me. I've never used CCD-IK. Wait, no, I have. I have used this one. I have used this one, I think. Nice. That's what you like to see. All right. Pelvis and the neck. I think these are fucking inversed. Okay. And then effector location. Krim the noodle god, how are you doing? I'm not a noodle god, I'm a spaghetti god. Okay, there's a little bit of a difference. Like a tad. Just messing around with some IK stuff to see if I can maybe figure out an easy way to like match our body on a surface. But I really don't think there's an easy way of doing this, unfortunately. I don't think there's going to be an easy way of doing this. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to skip this for now, but I'm going to keep this here because I do want to play around with it, probably off stream. I do want to get like one more task done because got like nothing done today. I don't even know what we've gotten done today. It's a classic Monday, the classic Monday effect, getting nothing done on a Monday. Okay. Well, that's not true. Actually, we did find out that our sidestep had like a weird snapping animation thing, so we did clean that up a little bit. You know, one thing I did notice about the in-air animation when facing forward, the gun is like way too high up. Do you guys see that? Not really sure what's going on there, but I'm not a huge fan of that animation. Yeah, mostly a lot of experimenting. A lot of experimenting. Yeah, this I would say we're not done yet. Because I guess the main problem is, like, that being said, we don't really experience this often. This is like an extreme on a ramp. That I gotta figure out though. Not sure what the hell's going on there. I want to say when we land, and then immediately dive right after. What animation is occurring there? Hold on. I gotta time it. No. I think it's when we're getting up. Anyways, little experimenting stream. I think we'll continue tomorrow. I started really late today, so I'm gonna start earlier tomorrow, hopefully. And thank you for those bug reports, by the way. I do see a couple more, I think. Yeah, a couple of things I need to look at as well. And we're going to try to fix all those bugs as well. Yes. So many ways to do IK. I think it's just finding the solution that works well for this fix. But honestly, like, is this such a fucking thing that we care too much about? I don't know. I don't know if I care too much about it versus like putting in some mod support. I feel like I'd rather care about putting in mod support than wasting my time with like a polished thing like this. You know what I mean? I feel like we should just get the mod support working for like cosmetics and community maps, and then fix the bugs and whatever quality of life stuff, and then like fuck the other things. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna say improve blending of sidestep / roll animations, because that's one thing we did do. I'm gonna say the other stuff is like whatever. I just don't think having the dive animation look a little bit better from like when you're going down slopes, and there's not that many slopes in the game. I don't think that detail matters right now in comparison to the other things that we have to do. Yeah. So I think tomorrow we're going to try to work on, well, for one, I need to fix this UI stuff. I might do that off stream after I eat something. And then, yeah. Honestly, I think we should try to move forward towards just these fixes and mod support. I honestly think those should be the biggest things. And just get that out of the way. Because once we get that out of the way, that's like the biggest feature request that I've seen. And then slowly but surely we can start working on the next game, because it's been a little while. Do I like the game FTL or just the music? I think right now it's just cycling through random games. Now that OSRS, the soundtrack, ended. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thought you picked that one out? No. I think it's just randomly shuffling through Stardew Valley. We got a little bit more. We got Age of Empires in here. We got some Final Fantasy. Just going through some random stuff. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. A lot of experimenting today. We're going to get some more work done tomorrow. But we did, I guess we kind of smoothed out the sidestepping, the weird stuff we had going on there. Yeah. All right. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Goodbye.